Hi, I'm Liz Carter, and today I'm going to show you how to make your wire wrap loop. A perfect professional wire wrap loop every single time. I came up with a neat little trick, and I think you're going to really like it. So let's go ahead and get started. This is your basic wire wrap loop. Okay, this is what we're going to be doing. This is just really large wire so that you can see the detail of it. And I'm going to show you a really quick, great little trick that's super easy that will ensure that you have perfect wrap loops every single time. A wire wrap loop, especially for an earring, is a must when you have a flat bead where there's definitely a front and a back and you want that bead to stay put. You don't want it just freely spinning around on your head pin, or when you're wearing it, one's going this direction, one looks like that. So you do a wire wrap loop, and that just snugs everything up and it keeps everything nice and tight, and it looks very professional and very elegant. So let's get started. I'm going to do this on 18 gauge copper wire just for demonstration purposes, but you normally would be doing it like on a head pin. We have some head pins here, but I'm going to do it on this. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off with your chain nose plier, and you're going to go down about an inch and a half, and you're going to take your plier and you're just going to bend that at a 45-degree angle like that. Okay, now I'm going to put those down. I'm going to pick up my round nose, and I've marked my round nose pliers where I want my loop. That's a smaller loop. This is a bigger loop. We're going to go ahead and use this bigger size here just for the detail. Now, when you start this, you want to have your pliers so that your palm is facing you like this, and you can see both of your marks. If you put your plier like this, you're going to end up losing your bend, and it's not going to work. So what we want to do is we want to come in here. You're going to put the bottom jaw right into the bend and clamp down on it with the top jaw, just like that. Okay? So what I do now is I put my thumb on the tips for support. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to pull this up, over, and down. And I kind of get it going in this direction because that's the direction we're going to want to go in. We want to wrap this wire all the way around this jaw. But now this jaw is in my way. So you can either swing it out of the way like that, or you can take it out, put the bottom jaw in, and just go ahead and put it in as far as it will go. And that seems to work out really well for beginners. Okay, so here we have, I'm going to turn this here so that you can see. Okay, so this is what we have looking at us right now, and this is what we want to look at. Okay, so I'm going to take and I'm going to pull my wire so that it crosses the bend. Okay, that's what we want. So now I should have a centered loop with my wire going across the bend there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my wrap wire facing the ceiling. I'm going to hold on to my loop in my round nose and hold it back far enough. If you do it too close here, it tends to slip out. So we're just going to grab it like this. I've got it running the same angle as my wire. And here's the little trick to get perfect wraps. When you go to wrap this, the big mistake that happens is the first wrap ends up dropping down. Let me see if I can't make a mistake. Let me see if I can't make one that comes out wrong. Okay, so a lot of people will just bend. This is just for an example. See how that first wrap dropped way down, and you've got this little neck showing? We don't want that. We want our first wrap to come right up underneath, right here, right underneath our loop. And so I'm going to show you a little trick that's going to get that there every single time. You won't ever have to worry about it. So let's just start. I'm going to cut this off. Okay, we'll start at this end here. So to recap, we went down about an inch and a half. We're going to bend our wire at a 45-degree angle. We're going to take our round nose with our marks facing us. We're going to put that bottom jaw butted right up into the corner there. We're going to clamp down on our wire like this. I'm going to support this. I'm going to swing this up, over, and down. I'm going to take out my pliers, put the bottom jaw in, and now I'm going to take this so that it crosses right at my bend. Okay. Now I'm going to hold this here. I'm going to hold it into my round nose for support. I'm going to take my chain nose and I'm immediately going to just kind of bend a little handle in there. Okay, see I've got a little handle. I don't like to keep on rolling and rolling, wrapping to where the wire wraps around my pliers, because then you end up losing your wrap wire. So here's the little trick. We're going to take this wire and we're going to over direct. We're going to pull this wire all the way back behind our plier here, and then as we come around we're going to just come right close to our round nose. We're going to flip it over and we're going to look at our first wrap, and look at that, it's right underneath our loop. If it's not, you can take your plier and you can just pull it in like that. That's our first wrap. That's the wrap that dictates the success of your rest of your wraps. So we're going to grab our little handle again. Okay. Now we're going to pull on this wire and we're going to do one more loop. And I always turn it over and look to make sure that our wraps are butted right up against each other. I'm going to grab my wire again, come up. I might have to come over here and flip my hand around and grab it. Okay. And now we're going to go here. So the technique is 1, 2, 3. Stop right at you. Don't go up again, because now you'll be going, because this is a spiral, you'll start going into making another wrap. So this I'm going to cut. I'm going to wedge my cutters in there as close as I possibly can. You want to get that as close as you possibly can. I'm going to snip it, and there's always like a little thing sticking up. So now I'm going to take my chain nose. Oh, Julia wants to go home. And I'm going to just pinch down on that end. And there we have our perfect wrap. I do 3 wraps. 4 wraps makes it long. Julia, no. 4 wraps makes it long, and 3 wraps looks nice, and there you go. You'll have to check out the next video, and I'll show you how to link this together and how to make other things with your wire wrap loops. There you go. Thank you.